draft audited account for 2021 and 2022. You have just explained to us that as a result of the minister didn't sign and you couldn't submit it to Auditor General and Accountant General. What have you done about it? Because the regulations stipulate that you should, because of the timeline, you should submit this account, and where you don't have a board or the person that is supposed to sign, you're supposed to communicate to Auditor General and Accountant General your situation so that they will take note. What have you done about it?
The Auditor General is aware of our predicament. So we had a backlog of 18, 19, which we have to finish, and we couldn't go into 2020, 2021 until those 2 years were completed. And then there was the issue of the tenure of the auditors, that is Ernst & Young. So we have to seek permission to allow them to have additional time to finish those 2 years. The new people that we took on board, PwC, haven't done manual auditing for a long time. So the 2 years they are doing took a long time to finish. They have brought us the draft copies, which I have shared with the shareholders of the bank for them to go through and give some little comments, and then we take it back to PwC. We are supposed to meet with PwC hopefully tomorrow and give them the comments from the shareholders so that they can now go and produce a certified true copy that will be signed by the bank, and then we'll submit to CBN, Auditor General, and Accountant General.
So is there any formal communication between your office, your agency, and Accountant General, Auditor General's office?
They are all fully aware, sir, because they just finished our audit of 2022. That is the Auditor General. So they are aware about what we are going through, sir.
So for us as a committee, we want to see that formal communication. We want to see that formal communication between your agency and the Office of the Accountant General and Auditor General.
Well, I wouldn't say there is any formal communication. It's just a question of they come to visit and they know the predicament we are in, sir.
And we expect that you will have communicated them officially as to this reason that you gave, so that we can have that communication to exculpate you, from consequences. That's exactly what the Deputy Chairman is saying.
Okay.
Were you supposed to use that money for what you mentioned here that was supposed to be used for? If yes, and if no, then how are you supposed to refund that money?
What answer did you give now, sir?
Excuse me, Chairman, sir. Please, can you submit those documents to the committee?
We will submit, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, please, I'm sorry, I was a little bit distracted. Which particular document now? Use the microphone. Use the microphone.
Chairman, sir, for the 10 billion that they have so far used over 4 billion.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so the record of expenditure.
Record of expenditure and then approval to use that money for those purposes.
Oh, all right.
Yes.
Okay, that's sustained.
Okay.
Honorable Yampa.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First, my apology. I'm a little bit late. And Deputy, my colleagues, good morning. MD, I know you have a kind of bond with the chairman because
what?
There's a bond between the MD and the chairman because I will make my statement clear, Chairman. You are the only person that came to protest alone in the National Assembly when there was a crisis involving the MD. To make myself more clear, there was...
I don't know why the MD knew that. You know that?
So when they kidnap people in the train, unfortunately, our gentleman, elder statesman, the MD was involved, and the chairman of this committee came to the National Assembly as a member to protest that government should do the needful to release these people. And from there, I know chairman have sympathy for the people and for the MD. And Mr. MD, you...
Well, I never knew that he was even... But I was just concerned that Nigerians were kidnapped and everybody kept quiet for so many months.
So,
And on the, sorry, just a background.
Yeah, yes,
on the, I think 1st of June, I sat in my office and watched a video of some of the captives being tortured.
in this committee, MD, we discussed and we heard from you, there are so many Nigerians that are still holding back money that belongs to Bank of Agric. And we are looking at revenue leakages. And I think we should also use this very particular moment, like we asked in the earlier assembly, sir, that those money that belongs to the Bank of Agric, to the government of this country, individuals should not sit on them and be enjoying the money without remitting it to the government post, which we know the position of the MD that time. He was willing to make relevant submission, but I don't know if he is under a kind of restriction or you are restricted from us supporting you to bring back the money that belongs to government.
If you want to ask for it, ask for it. There can be no restriction. The Nigerian constitution is very clear.
Yes, sir. I just want to give the MD a fair ground to make a submission, Mr. Chairman, before we know what to do.
I thought maybe you were moving a motion.
I want him to make a position before I request Mr. Chairman.
All right, I grant that.
Honorable House, we have done that. There is nothing for us to hide, sir. This is Nigerians' money given to Nigerians, and there's nothing to hide. We're giving it out, and it's quite voluminous, and I think we can send it for you, a soft copy again if you want, if you cannot find what we sent, but we did. We have given you exactly what you wanted that time, sir. For me, it's an honor and privilege, Mr. Chairman. By the time you did your black and black walk out, I was already out. I got myself out. I'm one of the lucky ones who got out early. And I think what we did is very commendable. And I just hope more of such things can happen to those who are in captivity. Honestly, I was there for 9.5 days. And I don't wish anybody here can go there for even half day. It's not the best of moments. And I came into Abuja for an assignment from Kaduna. It happened on a Tuesday. Sorry, a Monday night. I came for a meeting, you know, and I was going back to Kaduna when it happened. It's one of those things, and we thank God that nobody lost his life in the forest, but some lost their lives on the train. A lady sitting by my side died. I didn't even know because we met on the train, and that was it. And my niece was on the train. She's still battling with her health. She was shot in the chest. One of the commissioners from Katsina is still battling with his leg, was shot in the leg. So we that were taken in captivity were even lucky we didn't have wounds to remind us of the incident, except the inner wound that we have inside us. Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. And honorable member, if you need any information, please, we are obliged to give you. The Constitution gives you that right, sir. But we have submitted. We can make more copies if you want, sir.
A victims compensation fund. Terrorism victims compensation fund. I remember very well. I don't know whether you had any form of compensation.
We didn't know of this, sir. Not that I know. If it is really there, I will go and look for compensation.
Okay, I will research further. But I'm
that
sure
would be fantastic, sir.
in the 9th Assembly, we actually repealed and reenacted the bill, and then the act was signed by the president. And there's a section of it that created a victim compensation fund domiciled in the office of the Attorney General of the Federation. I am almost 100% sure, but I will also do further research on it. And then,
sir.
Okay, so this list, honorable colleague, so he has answered you. So what's your prayer? Any other prayer, you are satisfied?
No, I'm satisfied.
Okay. MD, we will need that list in the Public Account Committee, the 10th Assembly of Public Account. We'll need that list of your loan defaulters. An information here that a little bit, in 2023 December, you had a credit loss of, is it 12.9 billion naira, or is it trillion?
couldn't be trillions, sir.
Ah, okay. But the way it was put on the soft copy of your account, that's why I've been asking the consultant. I appeared like trillion, but I said it's likely not to be trillion.
Be, sir.
Okay. The way it's written, maybe it's just.
Yes.
Okay, that's it being projected. For those who are more mathematical, yeah. Oh yeah. Which zeros? The three zeros.
That zero on top in accounting, it means we are going to add 3 zero to this, making it trillion.
So but I know that must be an error. But you see, where it gets a little bit worrying is the fact that 2 years earlier, it was 6.8 billion. It was 6.8 billion in 2020. And then by 2023, it has gone to 12.9 billion. Yes, 8.6.
This 8.6 is loan, sir.
Loan advance to customers is 8.6.
Yes.
Credit loss is still 6.8. Consultant, make a comment on it, please. Quickly. Just sit down near the. Okay, you can't see from there. No, you can see from this board now. So sit down. Sit down. Use the microphone so that we can hear you, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman and the honorable members. If we look at the draft financial statement, the total loans and advances to customers in 2023 was 8.6 billion naira. The loan loss provision, which is the expense on the statement of profit or loss or another comprehensive income, was 12.9 trillion. Are we making provision for loans that we did not grant? That is number one. Mr. Rashid, let's go back to the statement of financial position. If we look at 2022, the loans and advances to customers was negative, which means a credit balance for something that should have been an asset. How is that possible?
Chairman, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, MD, please.
We have not done 2023 accounts. So I don't know where we are getting these figures from.
These figures I got from your own submission.
There must be a mistake. There must be a mistake.
But the issue of a negative balance.
For 2022?
Yes, sir. We can't get, how can you have negative advances to customers, sir? He's right. It can't be negative, sir.
Secretariat, what's the source of this document? Sorry, it's your...